I run another episode, Chuck versus whatever. Um, this episode will be more towards me when I'm older and when I have kids and a wife, hopefully, uh, or kids, hopefully, also. Um, so I to my future kids and wife. Um, Hopefully, we're happy and we enjoy ourselves together and we have fun playing games or whatever we do in the future, whether it's going to the grocery store or getting groceries from some machine, or I don't know what type of technology will be around in the like 50 years or 60 years from now. Or actually, I should say when I'm 50 or 60 years old. But I know one thing at least. I know, well, I hope at least that that my wife will love me, and so will my kids. And um, you're probably wondering what type of guy your dear old dad is. Well, when I was younger, I played baseball, won a couple of trophies, and um, if your wife lets me to, if my wife lets me keep it around, then I'll show you to them. And hopefully, when you're younger, maybe when you're 5 years old or something, I'll give you my teddy bear that I've had, um, even though technically it's Nick's, my brother, if he's still around. Um, and you'll get to see all the movies and TV shows and stuff like that when you're old enough to, and or when we think you're old enough to, and hopefully you'll enjoy the stuff that I watched when I was a kid and growing up, and depending on how things go, hopefully um, we'll move back to my childhood home so I can show you what room I used to sleep in when I was younger and growing up, and where my brother slept, and where my parents slept, and uh, where things are, and hopefully things aren't terrible when it's those type of ages. Um, as of right now, I'm still working at a grocery store named Metro. I don't know if it'll change in 30 to 40 years, but or something like that. But yeah, um, I've started writing graphic novels. Uh, None of them have been published because, well, you need art to do that, and I'm only the writer for it. So maybe by this point in my life, when I'm older, maybe have published a couple, and hopefully that they do well, and hopefully I'm still not working at a grocery store. Um, I don't know at this point where I met your mother, because I haven't met her yet. Um, at this point, I'm 26. In about 10 days, I'll be turning 27. Still single, unfortunately, but have, I would say, many friends, both at work and not at work. Um, for if I have a son, um, don't be afraid to ask a girl out. It's not going to be a big deal if they say no, because there's more than one woman in the world. There's more than one woman that you can ask go out. And if I have a daughter, same applies. But for you, make sure, for both of you, make sure that he's the one and not just some person that just wants to get you in bed or whatever. And this part is more for when you're like 14, 15 or something like that. And so, things to watch out for, make sure that they're right for you. Make sure that they at least have some things in common with you that are morally towards what you are, and not just have nothing in common. If they like the same stuff, then that's like a bonus right there. If they think you have a good sense of humor, that's also a good thing. But also make sure that you are attracted to the person that you want to go out with. And not to say that you're not going to be attracted to a bunch of people, but make sure you are. And finally, make sure you're actually in love with them. Now, you probably won't know whether you're in love with them until maybe you're in your early 20s. And I'm not going to say uh, you're not going to fall in love with them like in first sight, but make sure that you go out with them at least maybe 10 times before you start throwing out the love, I love you type thing. Because you don't want to be someone that says on the first date, because if I show you How I Met Your Mother first season by now, then you'll know that it's not always the greatest thing to say on your first date. Because if you've already seen it, uh, then you don't have to worry about me spoiling anything. But the lady or the guy might freak out um, and then tell you to get out because, well, you freaked them out. Now, another thing is, don't be a creep. Don't be searching or hacking into their accounts or whatever to find out where they live, what their phone number is, and stuff. Because if they find out, then they will never want to go out with you. Now, another thing is, um, if you haven't had the whole birds and the bees type situation, then here you go. When a man and a woman love each other, and I'm not just saying, um, not just physically, but mentally also, and you know it, like how I love my wife, your mother. There comes a time where when you're gonna have sex, you you have to take off your clothes to do this. I mean, for the most part, at least the bottom part. And then a man, as you know, has a uh, well, you know, I don't want to say it because if other people watch this, then anyways. And a woman doesn't have that, and so they when a guy has a and a butthole, and a woman has two holes. Now, a guy puts his in the girls, and it and he goes back and forth over and over again, and that's pretty much what sex is. Now, there's other things that you can do, which you can figure out, which you can find out on porn sites and stuff like that, and then you can figure out the rest. And to make the baby is pretty much when when the guy's going in and out of you or moving fast inside you, you'll eventually it'll be this white liquid that comes out, and it goes into the woman, and eventually, if it reaches the fallopian tubes, I believe it's called, then if if it reaches there, then you could get pregnant. It's and then the woman's belly grows, uh, and then around 9 months, um, a baby comes out of the woman's area, like lower area, between her legs, and that's pretty much how baby ears are born. So, I know probably that you're thinking, ew, or that's disgusting, or whatever, depending on what age you see this. But, you're gonna have to learn this somehow, and maybe, uh, future self will rather have past self telling you this. So hopefully YouTube has not gone out and you see this. So, by the way, my name's Greg, uh, or long version Gregory Leonard Hay, and I don't know whether you'll have my um, I don't know if you'll have my last name or uh, your mom's last name, but you'll one of you will, and maybe one of you will, and one of you will have my wife's your mom's last name. And son, um, if I'm able to get it my way, um, your first name will probably be either, well, hopefully, Gregory, because that's my name, and my second choice would be Leonardo. And I and the reason why is because for me it sounds like a cool name, and I think there's less likely that you will get made fun of for that name. And you have the short form for Leo, so that's pretty cool. And if not, and if I can't get those two names as your first name, then I'll probably try to get at least my name as your middle name, at least. And my daughter, if you see this, depending on who my wife is, your mother, hopefully it'll be her first name, unless she doesn't want that. And if her name's not Sarah, then that would be my second choice. Uh, and if not, then I would hope that her first name would be your middle name to at least let her name live on in you, and same with my son, live my name live on with you. Um, Now you probably want to know what type of guy you are, or my guy I am. As you can kind of tell, in the way of women, at this point, I'm shy. Um, Not when it comes to like just talking normally, but when you're going to the point of asking the woman out. So yeah, that's how I am now. Um, Maybe I'll make a better video in future vlogs or future videos. But for now, this will be it for now, since it's going over 15 minutes. So, whenever you watch this, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and goodbye.